she's so fine. Hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of Nashville. It came out 2 days ago, but it was updated 1 minute ago. MNPD Chief Drake speaks on events leading up to deadly officer-involved shooting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the video that goes with this story at this point.
At 9:30 this morning, East Precinct Officer Josh Baker, a 14-year veteran, conducted a stop of a black Chevrolet Camaro. The owner of the Camaro has 6 outstanding drug warrants. Officer Baker approached the vehicle, learned that the owner of the car, the person with the outstanding warrants, was not the person driving, and the situation devolved from there into a shootout. It was a 31-year-old woman who was driving the vehicle. She fired shots. Officer Baker returned the fire, and both persons are hit. Officer Baker is at Vanderbilt, now in surgery, in critical condition. I understand he has a wound to his side, to his torso, to the side of his torso. The female is at Skyline Medical Center, also being treated. She too is in critical condition. Officer Baker does have a body-worn camera. It has been taken to headquarters to download so we can understand more about what's happened here. I know the Nashville community has Officer Baker in their thoughts and prayers, as they do the other person involved here. We would ask for those continued thoughts and prayers. Officer Baker's family, his wife, and his parents have been notified. Officer Baker is a legacy police officer. His father, Danny Baker, was the commander of the East Precinct in prior years, also a captain with his police department. That's all we have for now. I can identify for you the female who was hit. Her name is Nika. That's N-I-K-A, last name Holbert, H-O-L-B-E-R-T. The vehicle she was in, the black Camaro, is down at the intersection of Brick Church Pike and Morewood. After the shooting, she sped away and actually crashed the vehicle there at Brick Church and Morewood. Responding officers found her there at the car. They rendered aid to her until the ambulance arrived. You are correct.
And Officer Baker's car, is it in this parking lot here?
It is. I'm not sure which one it is, but it is. Yes. In this particular incident? I'm not understanding your question. Okay.
Why were they taken to 2 different hospitals?
Skyline Medical Center, as you know, is a trauma center. It accepts trauma patients. It's close to here. Vanderbilt, also a trauma center, so they went to the city's 2 respective trauma centers. Not to my knowledge. Okay. I will tell you also that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has been requested to conduct the full shooting investigation, and their agents are on the scene, and the investigation is in progress, and we're providing them with any assistance that they may need. We'll have more information for you later today once we can analyze the body camera footage to see specifically what occurred here this morning.
How many warrants did you say were for that specific car?
Not the car, the owner of the car. Yeah, the owner of the car had 6 outstanding drug warrants that were issued in February, to my understanding.
And do we know if Nika and...
I don't know that. The car is not reported stolen.
Is the Community Oversight Board here as well?
They are. Yes, the Community Oversight Board is here as well. As part of our protocol, they were contacted by the police department, and they are here as well. Okay?
Escalated the situation?
I do not. I do not. We'll know more after we can review the video.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the story that goes along with this, because there is some updated information in here. A 31-year-old woman died, and a Metro police officer is in stable condition, recovering after a shooting in North Nashville on Friday morning, police confirmed. Police confirmed East Precinct Officer Josh Baker was shot in the parking lot of Dollar General near the intersection of Brickchurch Pike and Ewing Drive around 9:30 a.m. Chief John Drake spoke to News 4 this morning outside of Vandy. He spoke with Officer Baker and says he is resting comfortably. Drake also noted that he believes Baker did everything he could to de-escalate the situation. According to Metro Police, Baker, a 14-year veteran of Metro Police, conducted a traffic stop of a black Chevrolet Camaro. Police said the owner of the car had 6 outstanding drug warrants, and so Baker approached the vehicle. He learned that the owner of the car, the person with the outstanding warrants, was not the person driving, and a situation devolved from there into a shootout, Metro Police spokesman Don Aaron said. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said the driver, who was identified as 31-year-old Nika Nicole Holbert, and Baker exchanged fire. Both suffered gunshot wounds. Officer Baker returned the fire and both persons were hit, Aaron said. Baker suffered a gunshot wound to the side of his torso and was rushed to Vandy. At last check, Metro Police said Baker was in stable condition after undergoing surgery at Vandy. Dozens of officers were standing outside the emergency room doors. An unidentified woman was seen being escorted by the police into the hospital. Metro Police confirmed that Holbert was rushed to Skyline Medical Center, where she died from her injuries. News 4 talked with Holbert's mother, who said she was on the phone with her daughter just before the shooting. She said Holbert called to let her know she had been pulled over and added her demeanor was calm and casual. "I don't think my daughter shot him, and why does she have multiple gunshot wounds?" Holbert's mother said. "I'm not understanding. How did this turn into a shooting and all? Is you pulled her over because you're looking for the person the car belonged to. That's my issue. And they need to explain it to me. Tell me like I'm a 4th grader. Why is my daughter dead?" Metro Police said Holbert fired the first shot. Aaron said Baker was wearing a body camera at the time of the shooting. On Friday night, in an effort to be as transparent as possible, police released footage from Officer Baker's body-worn and in-car cameras. To see the footage, click here, and I am going to play the video. "I know the Nashville community has Officer Baker in their thoughts and prayers, as they do for the other person involved here," Aaron said. "We would ask for those continued thoughts and prayers. Officer Baker's family, his wife, and his parents have been notified." Aaron said Baker is a legacy police officer. His father, Danny Baker, was the East Precinct commander in prior years and was also a captain with this police department. TBI said the investigation into the shooting remains active and ongoing. TBI agents and special agent forensic scientists continue to gather any and all relevant evidence, interviews, and information. Throughout the process, investigative findings will be shared with the DA for his further review and consideration, TBA said in a release on Friday. Nashville Mayor John Cooper said his thoughts and prayers are with Officer Baker and with the families of everyone involved. "What happened today is a reminder that being a police officer anywhere can be a dangerous job," Cooper said in a statement on Friday. Dollar General released a statement on the shooting. "At this time, we are referring all inquiries on this matter to local authorities, as to not hinder their ongoing investigation," company said on Friday. These are photos from the scene. That's the Dollar General there in the back. And it was pouring down rain. There's a picture of the crashed car. Now this article has a little bit more information. Dash and body cam footage released Friday night by MNPD shows that around 9 a.m. while Baker was patrolling Brick Church Pike, he came across a black 2015 Chevy Camaro, registered to Demond M. Buchanan, who was wanted on 6 outstanding warrants related to drug charges. The car stopped in the parking lot of a Dollar General on Brick Church Pike, at which point Baker discovered that the driver was actually Nika Nicole Holbert, 31, police spokesman Don Aaron said. Holbert was not licensed to drive, Aaron said Saturday. Holbert initially complied with Baker's directions, Aaron said. Dispatch audio provided by MMPD shows Baker telling dispatchers that everything was initially okay after the stop. The officer then discovered what appeared to be marijuana and a white powder substance and attempted to detain her, at which point he requested backup officers, footage shows. Baker's body-worn camera footage shows that he instructed Holbert to stop rifling through her bag and hand it over to him. Listen, he told her when Holbert went back to the vehicle, just come back here. I just think we're getting off on the wrong foot. Baker explained to her that he pulled her over because the car's owner was wanted on several warrants. Holbert said she was alone in the car. Baker told her that his body-worn camera was recording audio and video of the incident. Video footage shows that Holbert called someone whom she identified as her mom and said she needed to come to the scene. When Baker discovered the apparent drugs, he informed Holbert he was stepping away to place them in his police vehicle. Things escalated when Baker attempted to detain Holbert. She grabbed her bag and ran away from the officer, who told her she was about to get tased. He pulled out his stun gun, and the woman screamed and ran into the vehicle, at which point Baker deployed the weapon on her, video footage shows. Seconds later, Baker took a step back and screamed at the woman to put the gun down. The footage shows the two exchanging gunfire. The shot that hit Baker's torso knocked him backwards in the parking lot. He immediately called dispatch to inform them that he had been struck. Aaron said Holbert threw the pistol into the parking lot, which was later discovered by investigators. Holbert then drove the car away from the scene, soon crashing it in the bushes and ditch at the intersection of Brick Church Pike and Moorwood Drive. Emergency crews on the scene rendered aid to Holbert and transported her to Skyline Medical Center, where she died. Now, I want to insert something right here. I live in that area, in the Nashville metro area. I'm about an hour away from there, hour and a half. And if you have a trauma, you go to Vandy. That's where you go. You don't go to Skyline. You very seldom hear anyone that has a severe trauma in this area going to Skyline. They usually always take them to Vandy. I just wanted to make that known. That's a picture of Officer Baker. And the rest of that we've already went over. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video now.
This is a video news release concerning an exchange of gunfire between a woman and a Metro police officer on Friday morning, March 12th. The officer was wounded and is hospitalized. The woman was fatally wounded and died at a local hospital. You are about to see body-worn and in-car camera footage so that you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know up to now. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and this police department conduct thorough use of force investigations. This investigation is at the early stages and will take time to complete. A word of caution. The images and information you are about to see may be disturbing and difficult to watch. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for children and sensitive viewers. Just after 9:30 a.m., Field Training Officer Josh Baker from the East Precinct was patrolling in the area of Brick Church Pike and Ewing Drive when he spotted a black 2015 Chevrolet Camaro. Officer Baker was aware that the registered owner of the Camaro, convicted felon Demond Buchanan, had 6 outstanding drug warrants charging 5 felonies and 1 misdemeanor that were issued last month for possession of heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, Xanax, and crack cocaine. Officer Baker radioed to check on the airborne status of a police helicopter, believing that the driver of the Camaro might try to flee.
23.
2-3.
Is there one still available? Or up?
The Camaro stopped in the parking lot of the Dollar General store. Officer Baker found that it was being driven not by the wanted drug felon, but by Nika Nicole Holbert.
23. Everything's 10-4 right now. He's not in here.
10-4. You want me to give everyone a signal line?
10-4.
While Ms. Holbert essentially complied with Officer Baker's directives during the first few minutes of their interaction, her compliance changed after Officer Baker found what appeared to be marijuana and a powder substance in her bag and attempted to detain her while waiting for backup officers. As you will see, Officer Baker drew his non-lethal taser in an effort to safely bring Ms. Holbert into custody. Officer Baker drew his service pistol when he saw that Ms. Holbert had pulled a gun. As he demanded that she put the gun down, Holbert shot Baker. He returned the fire.
Just bring your bag out here.
Okay.
Ma'am, stop going through it. Come step right back here. What did you take out of it?
Nothing. I was
Okay. All right, listen. Just come back here. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot, okay?
Because I'm really confused on why I'm getting stopped.
He's got several warrants.
Okay, that has nothing to do with me.
You don't know who's in the car.
Nobody's in my car.
Well, now I know that. However, now I'm going to address the other problems.
Okay, so you want my bag and all my belongings.
So just step right back here.
Can I use the restroom?
And let you know it's being audio and video recorded,
That's
just to
fine.
let you know.
Okay.
23, if you did have one more, that would be good.
I'm just getting
10-4. Dispatch any unit near Ewing Drive and for church, Ewing Drive and for church.
Can we step back here?
21 to 23, do you need me code 3?
Negative, just code 2. So it's just in here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, was there...
Well, I'm about 5 minutes from you.
Is this?
Yes. It's probably another bag of weed. Hey, Mom, I need you to come to Alpha Trinity Lane right here where Sitco is, the Dollar General.
23 to 25.
I just got pulled over because my name is on the car. And he wanted to know if he was in the car with me, but he's not in the car with me. But I do got weed.
Hey, are you available?
I'm right here in the Dollar General. And
They can be in a couple minutes.
got what is this?
Brick Church
Brick Church.
and Ewing.
Brick Church.
13, can I have you starting route? You're about 4 minutes away. Disregard, actually. Disregard on that.
Can I get my lighter?
Yeah, I'm not done with that, though. Where's your lighter at?
In the car.
13, it says you're about 7 minutes away.
I'll get it for you in a second, okay?
To Ewing Drive and Brick
right there in
Church
your-
and the Dollar General. Can I have you start from 23?
You scaring me.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on. Here, do me a favor, turn around.
No, hold
Turn
on.
around.
Don't put me in handcuffs. I haven't done anything wrong.
Ma'am.
No, don't put me
You're about to get tased. Get down! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
I didn't do nothing.
Step out. Ma'am! Put the gun down!
I didn't do nothing.
Put the gun down! 23 shots fired! Shots fired!
10-4, 13, keep at that code 3.
I'm hit. step out. Ma'am, put the gun down. Put the gun down. 23 shots fired. Shots fired.
10-4, 13, keep at that code 3.
I'm hit.
Officer Baker was shot in the side of his torso. The round went under his bulletproof vest. Holbert tossed her semi-automatic pistol in the parking lot before fleeing in the Camaro. She drove for about a block before running off the road at the intersection of Brickchurch Pike and Moorwood Drive. Officers rendered aid for her gunshot wounds until an ambulance arrived. She died later Friday morning at a local hospital. Officer Baker is in stable condition after undergoing surgery. In the coming days, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Davidson County District Attorney's Office will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. By policy, the MNPD will also be conducting an administrative review of the tactics and interaction you have just seen to ensure that they meet the high standards expected of our officers. Thank you for watching this video news release.
That was honestly pretty tough for me to watch. Pretty tough. I just want to send a reminder out there to people. When you get pulled over, stay in your vehicle. You see this a lot of people of all races. I have several friends that hop out the minute they get pulled over. That is not wise to do at all. But I hate even seeing this. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It puts a knot in my throat. I'm going to end the video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.